Alright, hello everybody, welcome to Csgo Config tutorial. For those of you who are big boys and actually know what is going on, link is in the description below. Not going to waste your time, totally understand it, go check it out. For those of you who do not know what is going on and like for me to explain it for you, stay tuned. Alright guys, so I guess first things first, to start things off, Csgo Config, I'm going to tell you what my config is, what it does, and later on I'll show you how to install it. So if you want to know how to install it, all that technical shit, please skip ahead in the video. Anyway, so first things first, the auto-exec file used to, way back in the day, probably back before a lot of you guys started playing, used to not work correctly. It would not save my view model preferences, so I had to go in and manually bind, basically, it would pull it up, but it wouldn't pull everything up, so I had to manually bind a button on my keyboard to pull it up and do it automatically and fix my view model. So I'm going to press that button right now. Now that is pretty gross, and I know a lot of people hate that. This is literally just for me. So for recording purposes, I also have another bind to fix it up just a little bit. That's great. That's all cool. So what we're going to do, basically what it is going to do is we're going to open up console command to create a bind such as that, to call basically anything you want. Just gonna brief overview of creating a bind. To do a bind correctly, you're going to type in bind, space, parentheses, whatever key, this is a key bind, whatever key you were doing, right? So in my case, I use the period, as previously shown up here. I'm not going to actually press enter on this, but I'm going to show you what you are looking for. So you're going to close it off with parentheses. It's just a little bit of code for you guys. Space, another, not parentheses, Jesus, whatever those things are, the quotation marks. After that, you're going to type exec. That means it is going to execute a file. Basically, super quick. Now, if you want it to execute your auto-exec file, or whatever you named your auto-exec file, in like whatever file is named in the thing. So, like I said, you type in auto-exec. It has to be the exact name of the file that you did. You're going to close that off with parentheses, and then you're going to press enter. Like I said, I already have it bound. If you want to, like a quick tip, if you want to check and see if it worked, type in bind, space, and then whatever button you just typed in. See, like I pressed period, which I already have it bound. It will exec my auto-exec file. So that's what we've got, okay? So, bonus tip. For those of you who want to talk smack and bind something obnoxious to type into the chat, bind, quotation mark, P, quotation mark, space, quotation mark once again, say, and then type whatever you want. So, eat my shorts, right? And you're going to close that off, press enter, and now anytime you press P, you're a faggot. My auto-exec, I have a lot of binds. Now, these are situational. I guess these are all totally for you guys, so I totally recommend, for those of you still watching the video, to do what feels good for you. I have a numpad on the right side of my keyboard, and I use all of these numbers and like enter and plus and all this good stuff for buying weapons at the start of a round, right? My 0, P250, you can see all of this in the thing. Period, as we go across the numpad, Desert Eagle, enter, which is long and forward, which is an op. At the time, whenever I created this bind, all of my keys were color-coded. So, my number 1 key is going to be I've already bought armor, so it's whatever. My number 1 key is just regular armor. So if you need to rebuy armor, it's not going to buy you a helmet, it'll buy you regular armor. My number 2 key is going to be CZ, which I don't know why I have it equipped. CZ or Tech 9 or whatever it is, that slot. 3, this is going to be the default buy. What this is going to purchase for you, this is going to be AK-47 armor, or M4, sorry, AK-47 or M4, and full armor and helmet. I use this a lot on T side. I don't use it as much on CT side, which is why my number 1 is bound to just straight armor. As we continue up, number 4, that will be, since I already have armor, full armor, just in case I need to buy full armor, like helmet and that, okay? 5, just going to buy me an M4, right? So if I throw my M4 Just gotta buy me an AK or an M4. So if I need to drop somebody, I can just be like, oh yeah, here's your M4. Let me buy my M4 back. Oh, okay, cool. I guess it's not working because I bought too many of them. But we all get the idea. So we're going to continue on. 6, I don't use very often anymore. I have it bound to, I think, regular armor and UMP. No helmets as far as I remember. This was light buy. This is, once again, very old config, but still works very well. It is from the days that the UMP was actually like God sent. So that is what we've got. 7, that will be purchasing your Molotov. 8, smoke grenade. 9, HE grenade. And then the little hashtag up top, right next to the numlock, will be flashbang. Okay, I think I may have these other ones bound to something. Yeah, FAMAS is going to be that minus sign. And I have MP9, or I guess Mac 10 as a little star. Like I said, this is really just habit for me at this point. I also have my arrow keys bound. If you need to buy a kit on CT side, I hit the right arrow, but I already have one. So I believe along with my default buy, it buys me a kit as well. I forget. That's probably why I did that. Don't know. Like I said, once again, you can just look in the config file if you are curious. Up key will be MP7 or MP5. That is what I use that for. Down key, dualies, just for fun, just to play with. And the left key, AUG. Alright, cool. So that's what we've got. These are all of my purchase binds. Now, on to the big daddy of why probably everybody's here. Switching hands. I have my T key, instead of it being chat or whatever it usually is, bound to do this, okay? It's a very simple bind. Actually, I'll just show it to you. Fucking whatever. T, basically, toggle CL underscore right hand, space 0, space 1. That is how you do that. Very easy. You can, of course, always replace the T with whatever the fuck you want to put in there. Doesn't matter. That's cool. So, I still use quick switch, just so you guys know. That is just me. A lot of people hate that. You can change that. Like I said, you can change this, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes to HE. That's how that works. I use C for fire grenade, right? F for flashbang. G for smoke grenade, or in my case, gas grenade. That was the way I remembered that. And E is, use key, all that good stuff. So another cool little thing about my config, since I'm sure this will be entertaining to some people, I've got a special set of code in the thing, which will not get you banned. You can change your crosshair color by pressing F1. If you press F1, look at that. It's pretty hard to see, but you can actually, there you go. See, it changes. I usually play with a white crosshair. Cool little thing. Anyway, on to putting the stuff in your game. Honestly, I have this file backed up. It's called my auto exec file. It's here somewhere. It's right here. So, open. I have it open somewhere. Fucking whatever. So yeah, this is all the stuff. If you need help generating binds and saving them, there's a website for that. I will leave a link for that in the description below. All my viewed model settings, all that good stuff. This is the commands for all the stuff, for the crosshair changing, all that good stuff. Basically, this is it. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to take this, you're going to save it. You need to copy it into your Steam folder. So we're going to open up Steam. Okay, go to Counter-Strike, click Properties, really quick. We're going to go to Local Files, Browse Local Files, right? So we got this CSGO, CFG, obviously, and just paste it in. Mine's right there. Another thing, make sure, this is probably, if anybody's having a problem with your CFG file, right-click, Properties, Read Only. Make sure. If it's not on Read Only, Counter-Strike's going to screw up your shit, and you're going to have to redo it, and you're going to be really pissed. So, another thing to note, in the CSGO, if you're ever trying to watch a demo, you think somebody's cheating, or you're doing a demo review, since Adam does that, drop those right here in the CSGO folder. You're going to go Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO, drop, I think my shit's here somewhere. It's probably sorted by fucking order. Yeah, right here, dust3.dim. Like I said, drop dim folders in this, it'll pull it up. ESEA matches, they're all in there. Cool. Anyway, that's it. Once again, please take the time to learn this. If this helped you out in any way, please leave me a like, subscribe. I make Counter-Strike content all the time, and it would really, really mean a lot to me. Anyway, thank you guys, and I'll see y'all with my next video.